booze?
That's what I do.
Just do a little rinse?
Every week, I just, on like Saturday morning, it's like my little me time. I put a little nozzle on it with the spray. I got one from Amazon with like the jet spray, and I just rinse it off. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better because I literally park under a tree, and every morning it's like...
Have you ever gone to like a wash your car yourself car wash?
No, I think
that
those are
looks
weird.
so intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm like, what type of like chemicals am I dealing with? And
I think they probably make it pretty...
Carly, share it with the class?
I'm looking at the time for tomorrow.
I was just looking at the schedule.
I didn't know we were recording. Oh, sorry.
Are we rolling?
He was like messing with that.
It was just a little starter to get started. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Good Influences.
And get off our lawns.
Get off our lawns.
Get off our lawns.
Because we're doing the boomer episode, Aaron.
I'm so Gen Z. I have no idea what they're saying.
We're doing boomer takes.
And by the way-
Two generations before us, they're cranky, they're old. They want things the way it used to be. And you know what? Sometimes they do have a point. And we are going to be sharing our opinions and thoughts that we have that are a bit of a boomer take on things.
Because we're now the new boomers, because there's two generations underneath us now.
Yeah.
There's Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So now we are the boomers.
Oh, boy.
Right? Isn't that?
In a way.
We're becoming
we're
boomers.
millennials.
We're becoming boomers mentally. Well,
They'll forever be boomers.
We're like the
We'll never hold that title.
We're like the Gen X now. Kind of.
Okay, that's
no,
fair.
we're just millennials.
Yeah.
Correct. Gen
We're
X will be
millennials.
Gen X.
We're Lennies.
But the way Gen X was to us, we are like becoming that.
Do you know
I
what's
think.
funny? When I think of Gen X, all I think of is like the TikToks they make with like the fire coming out of their eyes and like evanescence and stuff. I feel like Gen X has the craziest TikTok pages. They're the ones that are like lip syncing with their like husband or wife and music videos, and it's just like so cringy.
They use all the default like effects,
Yes,
right?
like-
yeah.
They're doing effects that I don't even know exist, or I'm like, how do you even get to those effects? How did you
I
edit
literally
that?
tried to make like me if I was Gen X on TikTok, and I couldn't find
Where
any
like
of the
the
things.
photo freezes and then turns around a bunch of times.
It's like a PowerPoint.
They're wild.
Gen X is
right above us.
I should have looked at the age ranges. But do you know why boomers are called boomers? Do we
Baby
know
boomers.
this?
Because there was a ton of them being born because of the war.
Yes. After
Too
World War
many.
Too many
Yeah.
of them.
After World War II, everyone was real horned up, and they just started making a lot of babies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let me look at the age
Yeah, war
range.
can be a good thing.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No.
1946 and 1964.
Is
Those are the
boomers.
years.
Are all your parents boomers?
My
Yes.
parents are.
Me
Are
too.
yours?
1958.
Wait, what years again? Sorry.
1946 and 1964.
Okay. I don't know if Nolan's parents are boomers.
How
Your
old is
parents
his mom?
I don't know.
are born
But I
in
know they're
58?
like way younger, like
Both
10
of
years
them.
younger than my parents. Am I a boomer? I think. Sometimes I think I am.
So we got suggestions from people, but I also wrote down some things that I have.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I have
we've
a
like,
couple.
so I saw a very funny like Reddit thread a while ago. It was like, what are your boomer takes like you have now as someone who's not a boomer? Because I feel like as we get older, we start thinking things that like, oh fuck, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
You know?
No, like literally, I feel like you and I are always like, kids these days will never know.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking about like certain products, like from back in
Yeah.
our day.
Yeah, I think when you get mad about things that like kids are not ever going to experience, like you're not cool for doing that. When like parents are like, well, you'll never know what a rotary phone is like. I'm like, okay, I can FaceTime someone. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
fuck
so
off.
fuck off.
Yeah, I don't.
But
so
at
I
the
don't
same
like.
time, I'm like, they won't ever know. I think it's so funny that TikToks of people like saying that, like, oh, what's a rotary phone? And people are like, I don't know. And
Those
they
are
have to
funny when
guess.
they
Yeah.
put a rotary phone in front of a kid and
Yeah.
like dial
Oh,
your
yeah.
home
Yeah.
phone number and they can't do
Or
it.
have you seen like the little girls who are buying vinyl records and they're like checking out and they ask like, is the record player in the record? Like little kids are just seeing vinyl records. They go, oh yeah, this must
no.
play the music. I guess it's this big.
Oh my god.
And it's only 12 songs and it's bigger
And then
than
you
a
have to
carry-on
flip it over.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you like been noticing lately with yourself where you're like, damn, I am getting old? Like
I have
Oh.
one. The music in most places is too loud.
I wrote that down. And I wrote like some restaurants are getting way too dark.
Too dark.
Too dark
Yes.
and too loud. And also, when I go to a restaurant, I don't want to hear house music. Like, I don't know if you guys go to
I
restaurants that
agree.
are playing house music.
oh,
I want
yeah.
to be able to talk.
It's
I
not
don't
good
wanna-
for my digestion.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I just like bump, bump, bump. I'm like, can I just swallow in peace?
As a new raver, I kind of like it. I also feel like I just spit frequent a lot of restaurants that are like playing house music.
I feel like it's a lot of like sushi restaurants or like
Oh, yeah, I
Thai
know.
restaurants, and it's like Calvin Harris.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how deep is your? And I'm like, okay, I just want to order some appetizers.
Give me a sake shot. I'm ready to go.
But I do like John and Vinny's when it's like Italian, but they're playing hip hop. It's like a good kind of mix.
Do you want to hear a funny John and Vinny's? How TJ, my husband, is quite a boomer. We were there. They played their music very loud, and where they had one of the Sonos speakers was literally like right behind where our table was. And every so often he would turn around and turn it down.
I support it.
He kept just pushing the like lower
That's what I would
volume,
do. I'm like,
lower
goddamn.
volume.
I support it.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember Hollister? Like how fucking
Oh,
loud
yeah.
it was in there.
No, that was
Yeah.
like my first club experience.
yeah, same.
Just bring a little flask, a water bottle full of vodka. I'm like, hey.
It was
And
so.
you could smell it like when you walked by because they would just spray their
Yeah.
like Abercrombie and Hollister. They still have, I think, when you walk by an Abercrombie,
Fierce.
you
Yeah.
could smell it.
It's not as dark and loud as it used to be.
Nowhere
but
near as dark. That's like how restaurants are. They're literally
Yeah.
like
Clubs.
Hollister.
I think that was a big one people sent in was like when restaurants or bars are too loud, like music.
Just give me a little jazz, a little
Yeah.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like jazz.
something nice and normal.
Yeah.
I
Do you
know.
think your music taste though has like changed, or like what you want to watch based on your age has like kind of changed? Like I feel like there's like college pop, indie rock, kind of like living young and wild and free, that kind of music. I'm like, I'm too old for it
I
now.
feel like they don't make stuff like that anymore either.
True. In the
Yeah.
early 2010s, it was just like,
Yeah.
we're gonna party
Black
tonight.
Eyed Peas,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Tonight's
don't know.
gonna
Sometimes there's music now where I'm like, I'm not
Well, the
early
kids
20s
today are just
anymore.
depressed and miserable and like not excited about life, so they're not making that kind of music. Like when
Right.
we were in the
Yeah.
early 2000s, it was no cell phones. Let's just get hammered and party and like
Yeah.
have a great time. And now it's like I didn't get enough
Kids will
likes.
never know.
Okay.
Or there's like
Okay.
shows, if a show is set with like high schoolers and it's like young teen drama, I'm not watching
Oh
it.
yeah, you are really
I'm
about that.
in,
I still
baby.
like it.
Yeah, Patricia will be watching these shows about like all these
The Summer I
private school
Turned Pretty?
kids. Yes. And I feel like I would have liked that if I was younger.
If you were not a boomer.
You know, not a boomer, but now I'm like, I'm not gonna be this 31-year-old man be like, ooh,
Yeah.
are they gonna kiss at the end of this date? Like,
I guess it is crazy, like thinking about Euphoria. I know that's like a huge example, but it's like high school, really
yeah,
high
Euphoria
school.
was good though.
Also,
I like that.
what?
I liked
Creep.
Euphoria.
Yeah, I did too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
a good show.
you liked Euphoria because
Sydney Sweeney's
Oh
Bubbies.
no! I like the style and the
yeah.
music. I like the Labyrinth score. I think Sam Levinson is a visionary, but a bit of a creep.
they
will-
filmed that all on film, right? That show.
Oh.
It's
I'm
like
not
shot
sure.
on like a Kodachrome type of film. I think I've read that it, like the look of it.
Definitely.
You know about Kodachrome, right?
Co-
Yeah,
Kodachrome, adrenochrome filming. Yeah, I love
Uh-huh.
it. I will say, yeah, for I don't know if this makes me a boomer, but like I think it's more when I bought my house or when I was looking for houses.
Oh, a homeowner, definitely a boomer.
Homeowner. Yeah, literally a boomer.
Kids these days will
I'll
never,
never
Never
let
own a
that
home.
go either. I will never sell it. I got into like HGTV and shit like that because I was experiencing it. So I was like, I want to watch people pick out their homes and like what
Yeah.
they like and what they don't like. And I feel like watching HGTV is like a little boomer-esque.
I was watching
think.
that in like high school. I loved it.
Okay, well, I think I'm just used to like my mom having it on,
Yeah.
so to me it feels like more of a.
Do you remember like Trading Places, that
Of
show
course.
where like it'd be
Yes.
two couples, they're like neighbors or they're best friends, and they decide to flip a room in their
Yes.
And they
house?
would always turn out bad.
Very bad. None of them were ever
There's
good.
compilations of like bad
People's bad
reactions,
reactions,
and there's
yeah.
one where the woman starts crying, and she has her mic, and she goes, I have to go. I'm so sorry. And she hates it. And then the husband's kind of standing there, but her mic is still on, and she leaves the room. And you
no.
just hear her crying in the other room. and they
would
left
suck.
it in. I watch it once a month. It's fucking hilarious.
I used to watch HGTV all the time, but now I don't really.
Oh, we switched.
What do you-
traded places.
What are you watching on there?
Sometimes like if Nolan's not home at night or something and I want to like have something on to go to bed, I will always put on House Hunters or I will put
House
on
Hunties.
like House Hunties or I'll put on like any of those shows really.
So
Like
you
any like
still
home
have,
renovated.
like-
Property Brothers, Flip or Flop.
Yeah.
You guys have channels that
Oh
you
no,
flip
no.
through?
This is Discovery Plus.
Okay.
My channels
okay.
is-
I have
very
like,
boomer.
I have like fake channels on my TV. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a Samsung TV. If I turn on the TV, it goes to these TV stations that I feel like are just coming through via the Wi-Fi,
Like-
and it's
like
like a
Cheddar.
Rachel Ray, and it's just a whole channel of Rachel Ray videos,
Or like
or
Cheddar
Degrassi,
News.
and it's all Degrassi, but
What?
it's just the same shit every time. I'm watching cooking shows from like 2003.
I feel like
I want to add, talking about streaming, way too many streaming services.
Yes.
I think that's a boomer take. There's too many streaming services. There's so many of them, and they're just getting more expensive.
Right.
Like, as the months
and now
go
they're
on.
packaging them. They're like teaming up with the other streaming services
like, now
and
we're just
making it
getting cable
higher. And I'm
again.
like, yeah, that's fucking cable.
Yeah. That's what cable used to be, is you get every single channel, but you paid like 150
Yeah.
bucks a month. And now if you want every single channel, it's like 250 bucks a month.
They should just, instead of like Netflix, Hulu, they should have just categories: funny, drama,
Right.
sad.
Yeah,
and then you
no,
pick,
we're
pick
just,
a mood.
we're fucked.
And there's so many, there's so many subscriptions. Even like with apps, you'll see like an ad for a cool app. You're like, that sounds kind of neat. I want
know.
that in my life. And then it's like for $5 a month.
I know.
Right.
And
I'm just like, can I just spend $20 for it once and I can
Yeah.
have it for forever?
Which ones do you guys have?
which ones of what?
What
Streaming
subscription
services.
apps?
All.
You have all of them,
okay, we'll get Netflix and Hulu out of the way. We probably all have that, right?
but
Yes.
we're paying for the ad-free versions, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I mean, I get people do it, but like to pay money to Hulu and then you watch a show and then there's commercials.
I know.
That's a racket.
The nerve of the people in that boardroom. Yeah, we'll get them to pay and then we'll give them commercials.
Everything except Disney or in Apple TV are like the ones I'll shut off randomly if I feel like I'm not watching it a lot.
Oh my god, Apple TV has like the best shows.
But they don't have that many movies. It's very limited on the movies.
you're-
But
Yeah.
they're the best place
Big
to
movie guy.
rent movies from. Because
Sure.
I used to rent
Prime,
movies
dude.
on
YouTube?
Apple TV has 4K movies. I think Amazon Prime maxes out at 1080. And so does YouTube only maxed out at 720p. So if
Really?
you have a
For movies?
if you have a 4K TV and you are, I mean, it might be on Roku only, which that is boomer to have
That's
a
a
Roku.
whole nother conversation.
Oh my god, I
buddy.
have a Roku. I'm a boomer.
Boomer City.
Rokus are hideous.
Okay, but to be fair, it's a Roku in like a guest bedroom. So it's not like what I'm using constantly.
There's
It's just-
nothing wrong with Roku. It's
it's
a
there.
fantastic
Change
company.
the remote.
It's-
I don't want a purpley looking kitty device. It looks like a kid's cell phone on
It does.
my coffee table.
It's
It looks
the
like a
best-
baby toy.
It's the
does.
best remote that there is. It's
The
ergonomic.
Apple remote sucks.
No,
ass.
it's not that. They put the volume buttons like
On
on
the
the
side,
back.
on the
One
side.
time I was at your house and you were sleeping, I couldn't figure out how to just turn the volume up, and I had to wake you up one time and go, "Where's the fucking volume button on this?"
That's what I like about Apples because you can just do it right on your phone.
There's a Roku app. I use it all the time.
Slay.
Oh, there's a Roku app?
Yeah, and then if you're on your home Wi-Fi, I could even turn on my TV right now.
Oh my god, put on
Me too.
Seinfeld.
Look, my remote's right here.
For your Apple TV.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a boomer. I didn't know you could do that.
The
You can
app-
turn it on remotely.
Yeah.
Like right now you can turn on your TV.
I'm like
Paris is
99%
probably laying
sure.
on the couch. Should I turn something on for her? Little birds. Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, or
Okay.
just Max.
Never have I ever had
Peacock.
HBO Max.
You've never had
Peacock.
HBO Max?
No, I'm kidding. No, I have. Well,
oh,
no one
Max
has
is
it,
the
but-
best.
Yeah.
Peacock.
Peacock.
Peacock,
That
I
one
have.
is.
Peacock will have a really good movie that's like fresh out of the theaters.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
on there.
Like
That's
the
they
what
do.
I'm
holdovers will be on there before everyone else.
Yeah.
All my stuff's on Peacock.
What do you? Oh,
It's all
Bravo and all
Bravo.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Peacock is just The Office, Parks and Recreation, and then
So all the good shows.
what I call nightmare shows, like all your Housewives and all that stuff. I'm
Nightmare
like,
shows? No, my shows are
Are
nightmare.
you watching any stuff on other people's accounts?
Yeah.
yes.
That is the
Oh, except
best.
your fucking Netflix is doing that dumb ass thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Household
you're
control.
not allowed.
I just
It
had
was
to make
like
my
the
own
worst
account.
day. Like each TV just goes out.
Yeah.
We
The
only
one in
have-
our bedroom we haven't had for like a month.
It's like the purge. It's
But
like, when's
in
it
the
going to
living
happen?
room, it's like still working, so we're just like holding on.
It's holding on
as
to
long
grip.
as we can.
I know.
Not that
I
we
have
can't
one.
like
Maybe we
afford
could
it. I'm just like, no, I've been on this for so long.
Well, I have. Maybe we could split one or something. I had to buy my own.
No, you can't.
Oh, now you just can't at all.
They're like extremely cracking down on it.
I thought it was city because like I was on my parents and they live in Vegas, so I thought it was because we don't live in the same area.
They
'Cause I
got
haven't
me.
really-
I had to put on for years. My whole family, all 6 of us, all over, sharing one. And then one day, it's like either set this as your home account
Yeah.
or fuck off. And
I
I
should
had
have
to.
just said as home.
No,
Sorry,
but then,
Dad.
but then your parents. I
know.
can't.
Do you know about?
I feel bad.
Do you know about Spotify Duo? Like if you have a husband, you
Yeah,
guys
like
can
the
for just
family.
$10 a month, you guys get to have your own like conjoined but separate Spotify account. You can save money each year. I've never done it, but
That was
we
such
don't
an
do-
ad.
I've looked at it before and I've never done it.
I've been paying for Disney Plus for over a year. but it's not an account that I have access to, and I can't cancel it because
What?
I think I signed up through my Roku, which is like
Here we go.
Here we go with the Roku.
But and like
Trapped, yeah.
Roku used some like email address that they just assigned to my TV, and so when I go to Disney Plus website and I like use any of my normal username and passwords, there's no account, and I got logged out on my TV. And they just keep charging me $15 a month, and I can't cancel it.
I
You
would
can't even like
call and be like, help.
It's Disney.
No, they don't have I haven't found a number on their website.
Go
I'm
to
gonna-
Disneyland and be like, listen.
Yeah.
Go to the
I
help desk. Be like,
demand-
I drove from LA.
I think I'm gonna
Write
do
a
like
letter.
I'm gonna call my credit card company and be like, I just can't cancel
Yeah.
this. Can you guys
Wait,
cancel
use
this for
Rocket
me?
Money and just cancel it. It cancels it for you.
Rocket Money. I did try that, and they say you have to like for Disney Plus. It's one of them that you have to go and cancel it.
Oh boy.
But
I think we canceled Disney Plus.
I just do it through Apple Pay, and then I just cancel the subscription.
I'm gonna work on it. It's one of my big tasks for the week is getting rid of Disney Plus. It's $15 a month, and I haven't had it for probably a year.
Yeah, I only use it to like watch Taylor Swift stuff, and then I'm like, bye.
Discovery Plus. That's not one I have.
Oh, I have
Hartley's
Discovery
got that
Plus.
one.
That's my favorite one.
I like
I use
Paramount
that
Plus
the most.
Paramount Plus is
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one. They have South Park on there.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. HBO Max is the best though. 'Cause
Yeah, but Paramount has just a mess of really bad stuff too.
Really?
Yes, go to Paramount Plus and just go to movies and go to all and scroll
oh,
down.
it's the weirdest.
It is like DVD bins at like Walmart for like
Yes.
$1, and it's just movies you've never heard of. That's Paramount
Have you
Plus.
seen Tubi movies?
Don't even get me started on Tubi. If it's on Tubi, I'm not watching
They're
it.
so fun. Nolan kept seeing TikToks of them, so we put it on a movie, and we were like, "How is this real?" It's so
Where are people getting the money to
bad.
make these movies?
There's no money, and that's why it's so bad.
But it
like, I swear to God.
it costs millions of dollars to make a movie.
I know.
Not if they shoot it on a G7X.
Or an
Yeah.
iPhone.
Our feet.
You think they're shooting iPhone
have
movies and
long
putting them on
legs.
Tubi?
No, probably not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I have one. I get really annoyed of like loud cars. I'm just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I'm not impressed.
I feel like
Leave me
boomers
alone.
would love that.
Who?
Boomers, because they're all guys that are like
I don't know.
been wanting these cars since the 60s.
No, but not like the Mustangs are like.
Well, they make them louder
In
on
a
purpose.
Ventura.
Like,
I'm so
No,
curious
so
though
annoying.
about the price of vintage cars, muscle cars.
Yeah.
They're like the collectible ones are very valuable because you have a generation that now is wealthy enough to want these cars from their childhood. But what happens when that generation dies off? We're older. Are we still going to be interested in Shelby Mustang Cobras from 1960? We have no emotional connection to those cars. Are we going to be like obsessing about 2002 Toyota Corollas? Like, where
Yeah,
I will be.
is the
That's for sure.
I'm so curious about the value of like a collectible like
That's
that
interesting,
and
yeah.
what happens when the generation that loved it
Jerry
dies off.
Seinfeld and Jay Leno are gonna buy all the cars.
Yeah,
so
right?
we don't have to worry
He'll be
about it.
dead.
Yeah,
I
they'll
saw
be-
Jay the other day.
You did?
Driving down Coldwater, yeah.
Oh my
What
God,
kind of car
always
was he
seeing
in?
him.
Some convertible, and he had a vanity plate that said Mr. Buick.
Okay.
It didn't look like a Buick that he was driving, though.
I've seen him driving once too, and but it
seen
was
him-
in like a. It was in like it looked like a cartoon from the 20s.
Yeah.
where the
It
horn
looks
would
like
go-
it's like coal powered.
Yeah, and the horn would go like those kind of
We've seen
horns.
him
Yeah.
so many times, and every time it's the same. You just go, "Is that Jay Leno?"
It always is.
Yeah.
If you have to question if it's Jay Leno, it is.
Well, because I saw the back of his head. We were stopped at a red light. I was like one car behind on the opposite side, and then he turned his face like after I said, "Is that Jay Leno?" And immediately I was like, "Yep."
Oh,
He plays at that place in Burbank every
Flappers.
Thursday.
I saw
You
him
said
there.
you went? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
want to
opened
go.
for Hannah Burner.
That's insane.
Jay Leno?
so cool.
Yeah, he does like stand up every single week at Flappers in
Oh,
Burbank.
no music.
No,
stuff.
no, stand up.
Okay, sorry. I thought plays. I thought
No, he's got a
He's
jazz
like
band. He
plays.
plays sax.
I guess do you play stand up? Is that a thing?
You do stand up.
You perform.
What did I say? He plays a show?
Yeah, he plays.
He does shows? I don't know.
Does a set.
Okay, does a set, I think.
Bump set spike.
I have another one. Starting to not understand trends as much. Like sometimes I'll randomly see a TikTok and I'm like, huh? Where'd this
Yeah,
come
I don't know.
from? Or like Twitter memes and stuff. I'm like, where did this originate from?
Skibbity Toilet? You guys
oh
know
my
that
God.
one?
What is it?
I literally can't. Danny's
Skibbity
cousins
Riz
always
toilet?
have it on at their house, and I'm just like, this.
Skibbity toilet.
It doesn't make any sense, Aaron.
What is it?
It's for like Gen A.
It's like 8-year-olds.
It's like peanut butter jelly time, kind of,
No, it's way crazier.
with the
than
baseball
that.
bat. Like,
I don't even know
Like
how
it's
to
a kids show.
No, it's just a phrase that they say.
Oh, I thought it was a show. I thought it was YouTube Shorts show.
Skibbity Toilet is
Yes,
a show?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought it's just like a word like Riz.
It literally to me looks
See,
like
you don't even know.
No, I
Boomer.
don't.
I think it's Skibbity Riz Toilet. Is that it?
You guys, this sound like you're speaking sim
Like
right
you know
now.
when someone's showing a
Skibbity-
presentation and as a joke, there's like that TikTok on the side. What's the game where you're like Temple Run or
Yes,
whatever?
yes.
I think it kind of reminds me of Temple Run.
It is a
Wait,
web series.
Yes.
Oh,
and
it's a series.
It's fucking bizarre. I'm like,
This looks. I'm sorry if you're watching.
no,
this,
literally. It
Oh,
looks
Skibbity
crazy.
Toilet.
oh boy.
Aaron, you don't even get it. It's like
I don't want to.
I know. I
Yeah,
don't
that
get
looks
it either.
scary.
What the fuck?
Is it appropriate or is
It
it
is,
like
but it's just
silly?
like it's just weird. Like I was watching it and I was like, let me see.
I kind of like
Let
it.
me see. Yeah, it's just a lot of shit like that, like
I'm gonna
popping
get
up
into
and
that.
running down
Popping
the.
up out of toilet.
It's like running down the street and someone's hitting
Skibbity
and running
toilet.
inside. It makes no sense.
But I also I can't imagine when we were growing up, like Ren and Stimpy being on TV. Our parents were like,
Oh, Cow
"What
and
the
Chicken."
fuck is it?" Oh, I loved Cow and Chicken.
Yeah.
Or Cat Dog, like.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
But those were like, well, I guess because we
Yeah,
exist, so
we're
to
like,
me,
no,
they
those
seem
are
normal.
real
Yeah,
shows.
those were normal.
But like parents from the 50s who grew up on like, you know,
Black and white
I
cartoons.
Love
Bewitched.
Lucy and Bugs Bunny.
I Love Lucy.
But
I did
no,
a
but-
project.
Me
But
too.
then seeing Cow and Chicken.
I don't know
with
what
it-
that is.
You don't know
Remember he would,
Cow
like,
and Chicken?
pick up his
No.
udder? Like he would like when he was like nervous, he would like
I don't remember.
fondle
Cow
his
and
udder.
Chicken.
It was
And like the
very-
parents always had the tops of their bodies cut off. It was an insane show.
I don't know what that is.
Mama had a chicken.
Mama
Daddy
had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't
didn't
care
know.
how.
He didn't care how.
Oh, I didn't watch
Cow and
Cartoon
Chicken.
Network.
Oh, Cartoon Network got some weird shit in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron was too
I-
Christian to watch.
Yeah.
You
I'm
were
just
not allowed to watch?
No, I just didn't like that stuff.
Ren and Stimpy. Oh, Ren and Stimpy was
Damn.
weird.
I never
man.
saw
Like
that,
it.
but I did love Cow and Chicken.
Cow and
Rocco's-
Chicken's
Cat Dog.
great.
Rocco's
Modern
Modern
Life.
Life.
Yeah, all those shows. If you grew up in the 50s with like normal stuff and you saw that, you were probably like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, get ready for Skibbity Toilet.
I'm gonna start
boomers,
watching
because-
Skibbity Toilet.
Skibbity toy.
Skibbity Toy.
New
Okay, I
favorite
do have a
show.
boomer take about TikTok,
Okay.
Okay,
and maybe this is just me. Reels and shorts way better than TikTok.
you're insane.
Are they?
So much better.
I don't.
I don't. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I've given it a fair shot of just like scrolling through reels or shorts. I just can't get myself to do it.
Aren't reels just like TikToks from 6 months ago?
That's the joke, but I don't. Not for me. When I go on TikTok, it's a person like complaining about something or trying to teach me something or like a conspiracy that they're talking about. And it's just like someone talking at me every time. It's like, here's 5 ways to do this. Or did you know that this? Or here's why.
That's your
yeah.
algorithm.
You did
But
that.
but when I go on like YouTube Shorts, I'm getting like
You built your algorithm.
Yeah, you did
brick
that to
by
yourself.
brick.
but I just keep going through it because I'm like, give me something that's interesting. But then when I go on, let's say Reels, I'm getting like the greatest skateboarder of all time doing like his best tricks, and that's cool.
But it's probably because of like what you're following on Instagram.
Definitely. Like if I looked at my reels, it'd probably be like, "Get ready with me to go to."
I
People
bet-
are posting that on Reels too.
I bet,
Yeah.
I bet the real feed on Instagram is a little bit more gentle than like how aggressively tailored TikTok
Yeah.
is.
But I'm getting also like it'll be a clip of a classical musician from a 1950s TV show that's like, here's Glenn Gould's best performance, and it's like a minute of a piano player that I don't feel like you would never. That's not even getting posted on TikTok, is it?
Probably.
I don't know if Glenn Gould's on TikTok. I don't know.
But that is kind of a boom. Well, it's more of like a Gen
You
X
watching
take,
a
I think.
classical pianist is giving boomer.
Yeah, that's
But that's
true.
what I want to see on my. I'll be like, all right, let me see. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like you have probably so many boomer takes.
Takes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You just saying like reels is better. Like, yeah, that is a boomer take, I feel.
The first one he opened is skateboarding.
Yeah.
He's open into skateboarding.
This is my first one. Is like this is a talk show from the 70s talking about America
When he was born.
being okay.
Let me just open mine and just see what it is. I think I'm still in good influences.
Reels. I'm like, how do you even get to reels?
It's the little button on the thing.
Matt, you're like,
I don't know. I just think reels are like.
country Taylor Swift, lose yourself is so adorable. I can't even explain.
But see,
No,
even.
mine's literal Taylor Swift.
But hold on, that is a clip of Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like a
No, but
person talking about.
mine is people.
But are they talking to you or are they?
But this is like what my
Yeah, look.
TikTok looks like.
My TikTok, I just feel like I'm getting yelled at every time I open it up. It's someone yelling at me about
you
something.
are. So you want a band? Do you want a band?
a band?
Do you want TikTok to be banned?
No, I don't think I want it to be banned. I just think it's a lot of dumb people telling me things that I don't care about.
Okay.
Then just do
Like
a
me.
hard press and click not interested.
I do that every
yeah.
time.
T.
I
Yeah.
gotta figure it
Give
out.
us your phone for a day. We'll curate that shit real
Oh,
nice.
real nice. Oh yeah, that's actually a really
YouTube-
good prank to pull on someone. Like,
Yeah.
if you're
Why
mad
am
at
I
your
only
significant
getting
other or
this?
something, you take their phone and just create their TikTok algorithm real
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, I've never thought about that.
And I feel like YouTube Shorts I just like too because I guess it's who I'm subscribed to. I'm just getting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting produced content
I see.
on those platforms. Where on TikTok I'm just getting like basically Instagram stories of people. It's
Oh.
like throwaway, not well produced,
That
not
sucks
edited,
for
not
you.
interesting. But maybe that's just my algorithms.
One of my boomer takes is I'm getting really sick of like products that are adding like the connection to like the internet or like Bluetooth. Like I don't need a toothbrush
Oh.
and then have like an app
Yeah.
that tells me about where I brushed in my mouth. Or I don't need my refrigerator. I
That
don't.
sounds kind of cool.
I mean,
That is it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
oh,
does.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron's like,
I think
"Oh, I'm
it's-
getting it."
Is it Quip or Colgate? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like,
Whoa.
and maybe it does work if that's
It's like the
something you're
Oura Ring
interested
for your
in.
mouth.
But
Yes.
I don't need like my refrigerator to be
To have
connected
Wi-Fi.
to
Oh, like the
Wi-Fi.
screens?
Or like Zane had a mattress that was connected to the Wi-Fi, and
The Wi-Fi goes
that
out, the
good
bed
for you?
disappears.
When we moved into like a house, it was like a I don't know, I think it was a
Wait,
sleep
hold on,
number.
I
sorry.
can't go to sleep tonight.
His mattress couldn't like inflate properly because we didn't have Wi-Fi, and I'm like, who the fuck makes a mattress that cannot work unless you don't have Wi-Fi? That makes no sense.
I agree. Your toothbrush with Bluetooth also it's a little much. But yes,
Bluetooth for what?
because like okay, you download the app and then you before you brush your teeth, you like go on your app and you like turn on your toothbrush and then it will be like a timer and it will be 30 seconds. Okay, move to your top bristles and then you move to the top bristles and then
I'm an adult.
congratulations, you're
I do not have special needs to
3
where I need to be told to brush on the top
a
left of
3-day
my
you're on a
mouth.
3-day streak of brushing your teeth like for 2 minutes a day and then it like gamifies your brushing your teeth.
I think I would like that.
Aaron would like that.
Okay.
I know for
I
a fact.
mean,
You would like it for 1 week, and then you'd be like, all right,
No, I
screw
mean my
this.
toothbrush currently like does the beep thing when I need to move to the top, the other side.
You can't just brush your teeth without technology telling you.
No, I absolutely can, but I like knowing that I've done it a thorough job.
Okay.
Okay, slay.
I never pay attention to it.
Sometimes I don't feel it, and then
shit.
so I go this way. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sometimes it ends on this one, and I'm like, got to do it again.
Do you
my
ever brush
God.
your teeth and you're like, did I get everything, or did I just
Every
brush my
time.
favorite spots I like
Every
to brush?
time.
Like
No,
I'm always
because-
like,
I have
because
a
she's
fucking
getting every
thing on my
crevice.
toothbrush
When you go to the dentist, do they give you compliments about your teeth?
all the time.
That is my favorite thing in
Yeah.
the world. I think about that when I brush my teeth. I go, I'm gonna get an A+ when I go to the dentist.
I feel like I told you guys this, but the last time I went, my dentist was like, "I'm going to be dead by the time I have to
yeah.
do anything to your teeth."
Slay.
Because you're taking such good care.
Yeah.
I also remember I saw an interview of Tom Hanks, like in high school, and they were like, "What's one thing you wish you told your younger self now that you're like rich and famous?" And he's like, "I wish that I flossed my teeth and went to the dentist more because
Yeah.
now he's got all these fucked up teeth problems. So I floss every day, but I've never had a cavity, and every time I go to the dentist, I'm like waiting for them to like be like, wow, you have
Yeah.
really good teeth."
You're like, let's hear it.
I brush
Yeah.
every day.
I've heard. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard
Thanks, Matt. You
If
know
you
what
had-
I'm looking for.
that flossing is like way more important than brushing. Like if you had to choose floss over brushing, floss.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get it up in there.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. But I'm like, oh, with the breath.
But now I'm getting TikToks that are like, "Did you know that your dental floss has PFAs in it? And if you're using this brand, which is the one that I use,
Every fucking thing does.
you're
It's
like putting
so
plastic
annoying.
in your body."
That's the whole thing about sunscreen right now too. You know, my skin cancer and all.
Oh, here
yeah.
we go.
But-
And like poppy, just stuff's coming out about poppy.
That is that they claim to be good for your gut.
Yeah.
And it just turns out that it's like it's not bad for you,
Like
but
you'd
it's
have
not,
to drink like a bunch of them.
Yeah, you have to drink like 7 of them or something.
It's
to
like the
be-
language
Fine, I
they.
will.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's like the prime thing.
Can I say I like Olipop more than Poppy?
No, we've been
How dare you?
like fridge is stacked
Aaron,
with Ollipops.
Don't let them hear this.
I mean,
I like our pop.
There's
I
also-
like Olipop and Poppy.
I love them
both.
They
I
had.
know.
I was at Whole Foods the other day, and I was like, I need a fun drink. So I went to Whole Foods, and they Olipop. They have one that is like has little Barbies on it.
Yes, they
And
just
the
did a Barbie
flavor's
collab.
peaches and cream, and it
Ooh.
is so fucking good.
And it's
Yeah.
not even a collab with the movie. It's a collab with the Barbie 50th anniversary of like the Peaches and Cream Barbie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god! See, I would
Yeah.
have never known. I was just like, this is cute, and that's why I bought it.
I do like, yeah. I mean, Poppy's cool with their I like Poppy merch a lot. They're really good.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
you're
I
like,
wear
please keep sending me merch.
that robe that they sent, which
Yeah.
they're now selling for like $100.
Oh, people can actually buy Poppy
Now, yeah, they
merch.
send it to like people first, and then everyone posts about it, and then like a month later, you can buy it on the website.
cool.
But that robe, it's like every time I go in the hot tub, that's my post hot tub robe.
It's a good one because it's like the cloth one, so it's a good
like towel-y.
post-water
Yes.
robe.
my
Not
God.
if you get
like
like
my
the
Skims robe, I would never wear after a shower like
Right,
that.
right.
Unless I was fully dried.
and their pants and so the merch is great,
Yeah.
but
I like. Also, we tried a new one. It's called Sunsip. It's like kind of like a poppy, but it has kombucha in it. It doesn't have any like
Oh,
stevia
it's like
or
a health
anything.
aid.
It's pretty delicious.
Good
They have it at
flavors?
Whole Foods. Yeah. And I don't want to freak you out, but I got a Citizen thing. 0.6 miles from here, there's an elevator entrapment.
Gulp.
I don't want to freak
that
you
is-
out. Tells you his biggest fear.
What?
I don't want to freak you out. Tells him his biggest fear.
Well,
wait,
he's not in
an
it.
elevator entrapment
Like someone
is
just
on
stuck.
Citizen, so someone's in an elevator right now. Like I'm stuck in
They
an
probably
elevator.
made like a 911 call, and it went
He's
to
live streaming. Okay, my boomer take is where we've gone with like concert etiquette.
Oh, yes.
It's really, really annoying to me. People screaming at the top of their lungs and having like no courtesy for those around them who are also attending the same show and paid money.
Yeah.
Screaming is not cool.
No,
Especially if
Especially
you're
when
the-
you're at like equal level, like on
yeah.
a floor too.
And when you're
Like,
the
if it's a
only
little
one
raked,
doing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
like when I see TikToks of people screaming and then the comments are like, "You go, girl," I'm like, I would literally like drop kick this person if they were standing in front of me.
I mean, there was a
doing
whole like
this.
debate about it because people were like, we should be able to enjoy, like, we paid for these tickets, we should enjoy. And it was like, you sound like a Karen. Like, that's exactly
Yeah.
what Karens say.
Yeah.
Like, I'm owed this.
Do it in your own home. You're recording the whole thing anyway.
Yeah.
Watch it back.
I'm
I
very
agree.
fascinated by people who like record everything at concerts.
I'm like,
too.
you're watching it?
Like, I'll maybe capture just
Yeah.
30 seconds of like maybe
Yeah.
my favorite part of the song, but I'm not going to record the whole thing because I'm not going to watch
Yeah.
No.
the video
Like,
of it. So
Carly-
live in the moment.
Carly watches like the Taylor Swift live streams when the concerts happen. I'm like, who's sitting
Someone's
there,
there
holding
Yeah.
their phone up
The
for
whole
3
time.
fucking hours? Like,
Oh.
watch it.
Also, if you do record on your phone, like I get it, maybe it's your favorite song, it's the only time you saved up for a
Yes.
year. But the people that watch the concert through their recording, like you
Yeah.
could very easily,
You're there, homie.
Yeah.
Like, you
if
can
you're
just
listening
look.
on audio, hop on the YouTube and watch this visual. Instead of looking, just move it an inch to the left so you
Yeah.
can actually see it with your eyes, and then use this as like a buddy because
We've
you.
definitely talked about that on here before.
Oh my!
Yeah.
It's I've been to a
feel like
concert.
they just want to make sure that it's like they're getting it right and it's not blurry and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, making
I
sure the
watched
quality's
an
good.
entire girl. See,
An entire girl.
the entire show, she watched every song through her phone.
God.
She didn't see one song with her eyes.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
don't
like,
get it.
I don't get that
almost
either.
wanted to tap her on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, do you know that you can like move this over an inch and get something out of this?"
I feel like a lot of it is people like wanting to make good clips for content.
TikTok,
For
that's what I was
For
TikTok,
fan
for-
edits.
To get in the back
Yeah.
and
They
put your
want to go
zoom on.
viral. They
Yeah.
think they're going to capture some awesome moment.
Yeah.
Do you
Enjoy
think though
yourself.
venues like I feel like we're getting so far in the future where like recording things is pretty easy. It would be so nice if just every concert I went to was like professionally taped so I can revisit it in the future.
Have you been to a concert where they take your phone and put it in the pouch?
No.
That is.
I've never.
I've
That is
never-
my
They should
favorite.
Make
kinda cool.
concert etiquette like Zane's bed, where your phones won't record if you don't have Wi-Fi. So that
Yeah, no
everyone's
Wi-Fi.
phone will just be in their pocket.
It happens at comedy shows a lot. Like I saw
Oh,
yeah.
Bill Burr, and I think they happened when I saw Dave Chappelle. But there's like a company that when you walk in, there's a pouch. You put your phone in, the pouch locks, and then after the show is over, you have to go to a person to unlock it.
And then everyone's like fiending.
Is there a
foaming at
big
the mouth.
line to get it
It,
unlocked?
it
Yeah.
takes a little bit longer to get into the venue because every single person thinks that they have the excuse. Oh, I can't put my phone in my thing. I have a kid at home, or oh, what if
Yeah.
I have an emergency? They go, if you have an emergency, there's a section you can leave the venue and they'll unlock it for you in the middle of the show. But during the show, and every single person has to get this explained to them. I don't ask questions. I just get at the pouch and put it in. They should do that at every single concert.
Why do musicians sell merch at their shows that's like only show exclusive merch when like they can't just sell the merch online?
I think it entices people to go to the show.
Yeah, that's why you go to the show.
I know, but I don't like. I've come to this concert. I want to get to my seat. I don't want to go stand in like this huge line to buy a shirt.
I get that.
Merch is
Like I didn't pay money to go stand in lines. This isn't Disneyland.
Nowadays, buying merch for an artist is supporting them more than buying the ticket for the show. If you want to support an artist, like that is where they make more of their money, and it's why they do it is because you can't buy it online.
Yeah.
But
the venue, I think, can only take a certain amount in merch sales.
What do you mean?
Because, like, the venues get, like, a percentage of tickets normally.
Right.
And, I mean, at a lot of places, they do get a percentage of the merch sales.
Yes, they do, but even more so of the ticket sales.
Yeah.
But if you're at a concert, especially if like you're the only one singing or screaming, just don't fucking do it because no one is there to hear you react to your favorite artist.
know.
Like we are there to all listen. It's like that thing. Hey, who sings this song? Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah. Why don't we let her sing it? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I get like singing along and like having fun. It's just the screaming that I'm like, God.
Yeah, screaming
read
is
the
crazy.
Yeah.
Read the room.
The
The Roomba.
The
well,
room.
I have like listeners. Should I read off some listeners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
I want to say the most we got, I believe, was the QR menus.
That's the same for
Yeah,
me.
people do not like the QR code menus at restaurants. They're like, give us the original menus.
I like them.
I do,
But if
too.
I'm at, like, the Cheesecake Factory, I don't want to flip through that online.
Yeah,
You like the QR menus?
Yeah.
I do too.
I don't know. Everything looks
don't
like
mind
less
them.
appetizing.
On the QR.
I just don't
Yeah.
like touching my phone before I eat because like I feel like when I'm
So
eating,
you'd
I
rather touch a dirty menu that hasn't been cleaned in 2 months?
Dun dun dun.
I feel like for whatever reason in my brain, paper menus are not like
Oh,
holding
paper.
on.
What
Yeah,
kind of
like a
places
little
are you going to?
fancy places. Where are you going to?
Fancy places.
Where are you going? TGI Fridays?
Yeah, I love
Oh,
TJ
I know.
Fridays.
Like if you have like the big sticky book that like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is probably pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll use the napkin to flip through that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a paper menu is just not going to hold on to the same level of germs as like touching my phone and then I eat the food. Also, I love going to a restaurant and what we do is we call it going 90s. Like we're pretending we're in the 90s and we leave our cell phones at home. So you just raw dog it at the
I
restaurant.
just do phone stacking.
You get the bags,
Put them in, like, your
comedy shows.
purse.
Well, I don't have a purse. But no, when you leave your phone at home, it's like you are guaranteed to just
But then
have
what if you
to-
get in like a car accident on the way there or back? That's what I'd be afraid of.
Leaving it at home is a little bit extreme.
Well, okay, I get it. That's a little boomer. But then when you go to a restaurant, they have a QR code. You're just fucked.
Do
like,
you-
go ahead.
Oh,
But do you
yeah.
think though, like boomers sometimes during dinners are more addicted to their phones
Yes.
than us?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you are at dinner with like your parents, do you think they're going to be looking at their phone more than
Yes,
you?
and that happened to me.
Oh, it drives me nuts.
My mom, we get there, she's checking in on Facebook. She's posting all
Yes,
her friends
shopping
know.
on Amazon,
And I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
No, my
it-
parents don't go on their phones when they're with us. But
Yeah, my
like,
parents don't really either.
My
I
mom
guess.
is an iPad kid. She's a
It's
full-blown
literally
iPad kid.
flipped. Like
I know.
like parents used to be like, "You're gonna spend too much time online." Blah blah
No,
blah.
I just do it now, and I'm just like, okay, we're back on the phone again, again.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at my phone once this dinner, and I don't see you
That's
guys
so
that
funny.
often. Like,
It's really
iPad
funny.
kids are crazy too. I mean, I feel like I don't know if that's a boomer take or not. But if your kid has an iPad at a restaurant, you're a bad parent.
It's
Just-
crazy.
that's
I'm
just
like,
bad
you guys,
parenting.
these are
or
like
just
AI
like,
children.
you see like a family just walking, and the kid just has his phone like horizontal watching some live stream of a video game. It's like, what are you doing? Just like put the phone down, walk.
Yeah,
look around
It's
you.
insane. Or I mean, I know people have whatever, but like the kids with their noise canceling headphones and an iPad.
Well, maybe they are.
Why are you even bringing them out of the house at
Maybe
that
they're
point?
on the
Because they
spectrum.
want to have a nice night out.
just
yeah, like shut up.
I don't know, man.
I
These-
get it until it's like, if you're doing it occasionally, like, sure.
I
But
don't
if-
think it's occasionally. I think the iPad kids are iPad kids.
But maybe
Like,
they just want to have a nice dinner.
I think he's talking about when they're like at home and it's like in their face and like.
no, when I'm at a restaurant and
Yeah.
the kid next to me has his iPad at full blast and he's
Yeah.
playing a video game and
well, that's
it's the
rude.
brightest screen in
Yeah.
the world.
When you were a kid, though, did you have like full access to just television? Like all
Yes.
the stations, you could hop around.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope when I have kids that like, yeah, you can have like TV time, but I want to give them like access to the world with like a little bit of parental controls, but like they can hop to random channels and be like, oh,
Boomerang.
Check out HBO.
That's my
that's kind
favorite.
of interesting. I feel like you discover a lot of like stuff on your own terms rather than just like here's your one show that you always like to watch. and
Coco
that's
Melon or whatever. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
bad. Coco Melon is crack for children.
is it really?
Shame on you, Coco Melon. You guys change up the frames like every 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Wait, I don't understand.
Cocomelon is like
No, I know what cocoa melon
Okay,
is.
bad.
like a shot,
But
the
why?
shot changes every 3
It's
like-
too
seconds.
stimulating.
It's like killing your attention span.
It's
is that what you're
making
saying?
kids
Oh,
insane.
okay.
It's like TikTok for kids.
When I have this is very boomer of me. I'm gonna only let them watch like Mr. Rogers, Sesame
Rogers.
Street from the 70s,
Arthur.
like Arthur,
I love Arthur.
like, and then Boomerang is my favorite subscription. It's like $40 a year, but it's all of the cartoons: Bugs Bunny,
Oh.
Flintstones, Jetsons, Daffy Duck, Tom and Jerry. It's the best streaming
And
service.
Curb.
Violent shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all
Yeah, all
plotting to
violent.
kill
Yeah.
somebody and throw them off a cliff and drop an
Might as
acme.
well just have them watch The
Cat
Godfather.
wants to kill the mouse. This one was interesting, I thought. Somebody wrote this in, and she said, working at an office is a lot more productive than working from home, which I feel like is a
Depends on the
Boomer
job.
take
It
little
depends
bit.
on
Yeah.
the job. I would
totally.
like.
I mean, I wouldn't know because
And
I don't have a 9 to
person.
5, but I understand both sides of that.
We come to this office. We come to this place.
We come to this place.
Someone
To
said
laugh.
they should abolish, they use the word abolish, participation awards in kids' sports.
That's
Yeah.
a very boomer take.
Oh.
Yeah. Participation is a crazy thing to
That's
get
the
a
only
trophy
time I got
for.
a trophy, though.
Was it? You got participation trophies?
Isn't that just like everyone on the team gets a trophy?
Even
gotta
if you
win.
lose?
I don't remember.
No, I think that's after your time. Like kids get a trophy that says "Good job participating." Like you
Yeah.
showed
Oh.
up.
Like
no, I
the
didn't get that.
entire league gets trophies regardless of how the
Nah,
placement went.
we need to build character.
I will say my parents did go to a trophy store and got us trophies just because we were not
Oh
winning them.
boy.
Oh,
But no, I think if your parents buy it for you, that's like good self-esteem because
I-
it's like you're here, best oldest brother, and I was like, oh fuck yeah,
oh,
I
that's
am.
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
And because I'm not going to win the basketball
Yeah.
trophy, like that's just not happening. But I wanted something.
MVP.
No,
But I always like trophies that award different things. It's not all about like the third, second, first, but like for instance, the Pinewood Derby I did when I was in Cub Scouts.
What is that?
They gave you a block of wood, you worked with your dad, you cut it down, you made a cool design, you put wheels on it, and you raced them on a track.
Oh, I did that.
I love doing
Yeah.
it. And there were trophies for like third, second, first out of the whole Cub Scouts. But there were awards for like the most creative,
Yeah.
the best design, most detailed. And I would always go for the most creative. Like I made a cat dog car one time.
Cute.
That was like the cat and the dog. It
The
was
yellow?
the least aerodynamic one. But I knew I wanted a trophy.
so you got most like creative or something.
Yes.
cool.
But that trophy
Oh.
motivated me to like think outside the box.
Right.
And
Okay.
strive for that. So
That makes sense to me. Like trophies for certain things. Yeah.
yes, it's not all about the
'Cause it was
placement,
creative.
but maybe like, I don't know, a certain.
You seem like you'd have a trophy room at your house.
I did.
Yeah. Where
Love it.
all like when you go into some kid's
I had
childhood bedroom.
A lot of trophies.
And the medals. I never had one of
Yeah.
those.
Dude, I had so many trophies.
And, like,
From
medals?
From speech and debate,
Yeah.
dude. Tons. Big ones.
What an industry!
plaques.
What an industry to be in.
Does
I got a
someone still have
trophy
them?
every weekend all throughout college.
my
College
God.
and high school. Not college, actually. We just got like, I don't know, we didn't win trophy.
would those ones be like just for winning, or would they also then
Winning.
give you? Okay,
Winning.
nice.
Placing.
Where are they now?
My mom, we
What?
did a big haul and she
Winning.
said,
I'm not kidding.
Well, I didn't. I don't know.
I
I've
was
never done
good.
speech and debate. I don't know.
just
Matt's
Matt's
reaction
Matt's
was funny.
response being like, "Oh, you think I'm gonna
winning.
participate?"
dominated.
okay.
No, they're all
I-
in our bedrooms.
I
but
won.
Oh.
We got rid of a bunch just because
just all in
like
your
she was
bedroom?
like only keep like 10 that like
Yeah.
meant something to you. So like state and nationals and stuff.
But yeah, participation
Oh.
trophies I do think are destructive. It's just insane because the world is not giving you participation trophies.
No.
Like once you get out of high school and you're dealing with actual
babying
maniacs.
them.
What's the point of perfect attendance awards? Like
I think to encourage you
Yeah.
to like stick to your commitments.
Or just to find out who the
That's
biggest,
what I would
who the
think.
biggest nerd is.
Yeah, that too.
but like also
Commitment
you're telling me
nerds.
you weren't sick one day?
I
like
mean, yeah.
it's okay to not be there every day, but like we award the kid who was there every day and like
kind of toxic behavior in
It
the workplace.
is.
Because like
Like-
you came when you have the sniffles,
No, but they don't have the sniffles. They take care of themselves.
or they
Yeah.
went to school just sick. So they didn't miss
yeah, perfect
so they
attendance
didn't
get
get
is a crazy award to get.
I feel like it should be like, can you believe that? More than like an award.
But I feel like whoever's getting it is going in with the like, I'm gonna win this award this year.
Yeah, it's
And for
something to
that, I
live
feel
for.
like I have to respect it.
Everyone needs something to live for.
Yeah.
So if punctuality or your
Nerd, fucking nerd.
Yeah.
One of our listeners. Oh, sorry. Are we?
No, go ahead.
One of our listeners, Boomer Take, says waking up at 9 a.m. is too late, which is crazy to me.
9 a.m. is
Too
too late.
late.
I think it depends. Like, I don't know. I think that's stupid.
Well, 9 p.m.
I don't-
here is noon in New York, so
9 a.m. That's
But it's
true.
also 6 a.m. in
True.
Hawaii, so,
it's
like-
kind of early.
9 a.m. I mean, it depends on what your life is like.
Yeah.
What if you work at a bar and
Yeah.
you go to bed at 3 a.m. every night? Then
Right.
But like if I get up on the weekend and it's like 10:15, I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
I'm not like-
I feel like they
I slept
probably mean
too
like during
late.
the work week.
If I sleep till 10 on the weekday, though, I'm like, ugh, that's bad.
Yeah, I get a point
Yeah.
where like if I like randomly, this happens like once every 6 months, I'll sleep till like 11:30 with like no alarm, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in
that's too
another
much.
dimension.
That's too much.
It's probably because I wake up at like a normal time, and I'm like, nope, I want to sleep more.
I do that 100% of the time.
I
If
do
I wake
too,
up
and then
it's
you're
like
groggier.
Yeah, it's 7 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I could get out of bed right now.
Yeah, like I feel
Or
fine. I'm gonna sleep though.
I can get another 2 hours, and then I do the next 2 hours, and I wake up at like 9:03, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hibernating, and then your whole day is ruined.
Yeah.
What time
it's
did your
really weird.
your high school start?
8:30.
7:30,
wow.
dude.
7:30.
Too
My
early.
God.
What time would you have to leave?
Jesus Christ.
It's 7.
That's too
is when we
early.
left the house, but you had to be up by like 6.
It's
like
insane.
It's a crack of fucking
What are you, a
dawn.
farmer?
That's how I feel. I feel like kids like literally are. All I remember about school, maybe it's just me, was being fucking tired.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I'm sorry, and
hungry.
hungry, and hungry. Like lunch was 4 hours after school started.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yep.
I'm sorry, I need
Yeah,
substance.
7:30.
And then
I
if
was
you were
eat-
eating in the class, they'd get like mad at you.
Yeah.
They'd be
Oh.
like, put your fucking food away.
I was eating every class I had a different bag of food that I would eat. Marshmallows in the first class, pretzels in the
Marshmallows.
second, potato chips in the third.
Did you guys have like
Glutton
an
award.
Did you guys have like an A lunch, a B lunch, and a
Yes.
C
I
lunch?
think
And
lunch
then you
was
get
the
so
worst.
pissed because you're like, these people get to eat before me, and I have to
Yes.
wait a whole fucking hour.
7:30 is crazy
It's
for a start
so
time.
early.
Well,
My
you- they
God.
do it
Well, and the
sometimes
first
for-
lunch would start at like 11.
Also, if you notice, like lower income schools who like they want them to get out by 2:30 so those kids can go like work and have jobs to like support their families. Wealthier schools like they let those kids out at like later
3?
times because those kids don't have to work.
Mine was
Like,
8:30 to
there's
3.
like there's interesting studies about like
I think we got out at
schools.
1:55.
I got it at 3:40. That's the whole damn day.
Yeah, because then it'd be like 2 o'clock.
I guess that
I
meant I
think-
was rich.
I
Just
mean,
kidding.
also, I know we did not have cell phones that well in high school. Apparently now in high school, you are literally just allowed to just
Yeah.
look at
Yeah,
your phone
it's
the
insane.
entire class. Is that real?
Yeah.
I think
Like
so.
in
Yeah.
most schools now, it's not
I feel
like
like also because of school shootings and stuff, like parents have been like, my child deserves to have a phone on them at all
Yeah.
times, and I need to know what's happening if something happens. Like there's this whole thing where parents don't want
Their phones
kids
away.
to be disconnected because they want to have
just
contact
how about
with
in your
them.
pocket? In your pocket, you
In your
can't
pocket.
take it out in your pocket.
But
I think a lot of
Oh
teachers-
no, I think phones should
Or
be banned from the classroom completely.
They do what they do at comedy shows.
I was gonna
and they
say-
say put them at the front of the class and you can take it on your way out.
I know some teachers do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for tests or
If
whatever.
we got caught with a cell phone, they would take it for the night.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And you got to pay for it to get it back.
No,
No.
I have to pay.
They
We
put
had to
it
pay $15.
That's a
And
60
That's
minutes
some money laundering
investigation.
shit.
Did you
They
guys
are
have- oh.
pocketing that money.
did you have to wear lanyards to school
No,
with your
you've
name
told us
tag?
this before. We
Oh,
didn't have to do
every
that.
day. And if you left it at home, you had to go get a temporary one
And
and
get a
spend
fine?
$10.
Oh my
for
God.
That.
Your
They're
school
greedy.
is just you guys were that was a
So
Whack-
racket
Wackadoos.
CFBISD.
yeah, I got caught with my phone once. The principal took it, put it in her drawer, and my mom had to come and get it the next day.
I want to rant on Facebook because I'm still friends with so many
You're a
teachers.
boomer.
Like, explain this to me
Boomer.
why none of my friends did this. Like, these are just weird things I noticed.
Texas
at
is
my
weird.
school district.
Texas is weird. The South is weird.
Everything is weirder in Texas. You
Yeah,
should just
for
change
sure.
your slogan.
Well, they do have keep Austin weird, but
Oh.
Oh, they
that's
do.
yeah. But Texas,
Don't
Love
mess
when
with
you-
Texas.
You're a
That's the
little witchy
slogan.
woman.
what is? Don't mess with Texas.
Actually, Don't Mess with Texas is
I
the
thought it was
anti-littering.
everything's bigger in Texas or something like that.
It's
That's one,
actually
too.
like the
There's
friendship
so many
state or
slogans.
something. Or
The who? Frenchman?
Friendship?
Oh,
or
friendship.
like what is Nebraska's like state name?
Oh,
The good-
we
the
did
good
this
state?
before.
Oh, we have done this.
No, Carly and I did. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
and then
and
I was
it
like,
was
I
the
don't
good
know what mine
state.
is.
That's what
It's good.
That's
It's not
what
great.
Yeah, it's like
It's good.
What's Massachusetts?
I don't know.
We all know New
Fuck
Jersey.
off.
Yeah, how about them apples?
Get the fuck out of here.
The Garden State, New Jersey.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the Garden State. That's a classic one. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know what Massachusetts is?
No.
Are there a lot of gardens in?
I think there used to be. I mean, all this stuff is a billion years
So
old.
many
I
apartments
feel like
now.
we looked this up.
I want to ask. I'm friends still with a couple of my teachers that taught at my high school, and I'm going to ask them after this if cell phones are allowed in class. I can't imagine those same teachers being like, I guess my 9 out of 10 kids in my class are just scrolling TikTok.
I know. It's just crazy thinking of like passing period, just everyone on their phones. Like I feel like
Right.
that's boomer of me to think about like, oh my God, they're
Do
on
you guys
their
have
phones,
lockers?
not even talking to each other.
Yeah,
we had
lockers,
lockers.
yeah.
But where you go into your locker in between periods to do what? To get books
new
out of?
books.
Yeah, get your different books.
But didn't your class just already have the books there too?
No.
Wait, can you say that again? Sorry.
So like, did you have to like go to your locker to get the book and then take it to your
Yeah,
class?
Usually.
Oh, but then sometimes like in high school, the whole school had lockers. Nobody had a locker.
Oh, no one
That
used.
was weird. Yeah.
Oh, so
They
what-
didn't
what do
assign
mean?
you a
But-
locker.
well, I feel like when they first built the school, they made students
keep
have
everything in
lockers.
there?
But now in high school, you just had your backpack.
So you have to carry
And so-
everything around in it.
Yeah, but like the textbooks, you had one at home, and then there was one already in the classroom.
Oh.
So,
What?
Dude, your
That's
school
actually really
district
nice.
is like outer space, man. This is a different.
That's actually so nice. You have to carry your books
It doesn't
to and
teach
from.
you responsibility, though.
I guess
He won trophies. It's fine.
But they were teaching responsibility with the lanyards and all
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
stuff.
The benefit of the locker is if you got your locker next to like a cute girl, then you got to see them in between every
Ours were
period.
alphabetical.
So were mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
but did
but
you
they
ha-
would. So, you know, sometimes you get changed a little
Did
bit.
you have a full standing locker or was it like a half one? It was
Uh,
the worst.
Some years it was.
Oh, full.
I think as you got older, you got the full ones. Like juniors and seniors had the full ones, and the freshmen and sophomores had the halves.
Oh, man. Yeah, having the cute girl next to your locker. You got to decorate it.
It'd be so
Oh.
awkward with the double stack when you're like,
Yeah.
excuse me,
I
and you
know.
have to like lean over the person.
Yeah.
Or
that's-
under them. You're like, hee hee,
Yeah.
sorry.
I have one more boomer take.
Okay.
This is going to be controversial, and it's not my original take. I've seen this before.
Okay.
Mental illness is not an excuse for awful behavior.
I
feel
think,
like
okay. I
every
think
single one of you just took a deep breath in.
well, because I know it's
Well-
controversial.
Wow.
I think it gives context and it's good to know, but
Yes.
I agree. I don't think if you're going around town, you know.
I'm being specific. Awful behavior. What I'm saying is there are people who act awfully and then they just say, well, I don't even know what it is. They'll just name something and claim now that they have carte blanche to just be a psychopath in public. And that's just insane to me.
I think it's good to recognize that if someone's being so awful to you and they are mentally ill, you do not need to put up with that. And it's still like you don't need to like be like, well, that's just how they are because of their mental illness. Like, right. You don't need to associate with them anymore. Get away from like that person who is just.
But
being-
it's also like, I know that there's things that are debilitating, but again, what I'm saying is awful behavior, like screaming at someone who's, I don't know, like just being, like, I feel like people will use, maybe not even people who are diagnosed will use mental illness as an excuse to be an awful person. And I just think that that's becoming like something that I find very annoying, especially online. You'll just see people who are like making a video about how they're the victim because they have mental illness. And it's like, no, you're actually just a bad person.
That's a
I
take.
wonder
That's-
who you could be talking about.
I want an example.
I actually don't even have like a specific I mean, there's definitely like
No, yeah,
creators on the internet that
Yeah.
I think are doing that. But I think it's more like,
It's a big theme on like subreddits of people who have maybe somebody in their life who does have like a mental illness, like they are bipolar and like borderline and stuff. And there's these subreddits of like people who are getting it off their chest, like my significant other's doing this to me, or my dad or my mom or whatever. And that's the main theme of like a
Yeah.
lot of the comments is like that's their mental illness is not a justification for them.
yeah,
being
like someone
awful
who
to
I
you.
used to work with was a full-blown narcissist. Awful person, but like just maybe don't be an awful person.
Try about me.
Yeah.
Full-blown
Sorry,
narcissist.
Carly. This is an intervention.
It's fine.
Am I going to get canceled for saying this? I don't know. Is this
No.
a terrible idea?
No, it's a take. It's a take.
Okay. Because I just feel like a boomer saying that, where it's like these kids these days using their mental illness to be a terrible person. But that's,
Yeah, I think it's like it's good to acknowledge it because I feel like for so long it wasn't acknowledged, so it's
that
big.
yes,
like
there's like an overcorrection where it used to be like, oh, autism, fuck you, that's not a thing, and like, well, I just can't deal with this, and we are being
No,
more
it's very-
accommodating now.
yeah.
But I do think some people have taken advantage of how accommodating society has become.
Okay.
Just a take.
In a way, yes.
someone said, Men aren't gentlemen anymore.
Ooh, chivalry is dead.
I don't think that's true. I think it's just a lot easier to find shittier men because of dating apps and...
No, men are doing terrible right now.
Oh, yeah.
No,
It's a nightmare.
Gotcha. Listen to like Scott Galloway talking about that. You know who he is?
Yes.
How they are, like, men are really falling behind also academically too. They're not striving in the classroom. They are, Mike, can you help?
I don't know the stats, but
Oh, damn. I wish
it's
I had the
something like
stats.
Yeah,
like
tell us what else men are doing
they're
well.
not having great romantic prospects, and then when men do not have a significant other in their life, and the older they get, the more prone they are to like misogynistic content, conspiracy theories, red pill shit, and suicide. I mean, look at every like mass
Damn.
shooter like too in like the past 20 years have all been these men who are like these what do you call them, incels, like, or like they
Yeah.
they
alpha, quote unquote, like
Yeah.
dumbass.
Yeah, that's why most of my friends are girls, because hanging out with dudes these days is a nightmare. Girls are crushing it.
Thank you.
With single men who have not had a romantic partner and aren't capable of attracting one.
Yeah, 'cause
that's why
they're-
like the chivalry thing is like they need to be having chivalry because we need to be
I-
attracting mates, and by men
women
getting
need to
further
feel,
and
like,
further withdrawn.
protected.
I saw a TikTok of a guy who was like, "Hey fellas, here's how to have a successful first date," and then he rattles off what I think are the most obvious things. He's just like, when you make a date with a girl, find out what kind of food she likes, make a reservation, set a time, offer to pick her up. If you do pick her up, show up early. Make sure you dress nicely. Open the door for her. When you get to the restaurant, let her go in first. Speak to the person who's like you made the reservation with, so you are taking the charge. Offer to pay for the meal. And it's like, yeah, obviously all of the comments were dudes being like, nah, you doing too much. No, I'm not going to do this. Like, no fucking way I'm going to expect all this on a first date. No way. Girls got to earn that. And I'm just like,
I feel bad.
all
for
these dudes are just fucking dumb. Like, that is the most basic of shit to do on a first date. And the amount of guys who were like, no way, this is too much. Yeah, no shit. No wonder you're not
like
getting.
really pessimistic about like the amount of good men that there are out there. Like, you know, you hear girls who are like, "Oh yeah, I'm going on a date with this guy." My brain, this is so bad. Like 80% of the time, I'm like, I bet he's a douchebag.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And I've never
Yeah.
even met the guy. I've never even seen him. But I think like, ugh,
It's not going to go
it's
well.
not good out there. Like I
It's
don't know.
not.
Like my brain skews so pessimistic when like,
I
I think about,
agree.
especially just Los Angeles and
The data
dating
supports
scene
it.
out there.
The data supports it.
There's a lot of douchebags.
Now you know how it feels to be a
This
woman.
is a man-hating podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
guys.
also one, like, this is something Destiny brought up, which I think is really interesting, is that, like, we know that women were not historically treated as equal citizens in this country for a long time. Like, even you couldn't even get a credit card until the 70s.
Yeah.
And, like, if you wanted to get a divorce or you wanted to even have your own bank, you needed, like, a man to co-sign with you. But what's happened in the last 30, 40 years, women have basically become financially independent, which historically, one of the reasons why women were getting married is because they just needed money. And so they would get married to a man who was probably a piece of shit, like not necessarily the best husband. And women were just sort of like locked into being married or in a relationship because of the financial side. Now that women have financial independence, men kind of don't have anything to offer, like as of right now, because it's just you don't need a guy for his money.
Yep.
So guys are still in this mindset of like, well, I have a good job, I make money, why can't I get a girl? It's like you actually need to do way more than that now. Like you need to,
You have to be a good person.
yeah, you have to you have to be
That's like
actually
bare
minimum.
like being a man now is actually you have to be more what you would think is traditionally feminine. You have to be able to emotionally relate to a woman. You have to be able to entertain like a woman, not just from the perspective of I can pay for things, therefore I have value.
Yeah.
And guys are just not getting the message. Like
No.
they still are in this like
Interesting.
1950s. Like, well, I have a fucking job on Wall Street. Like I should be, I can go to the club and like spend $1,000 on a bottle.
To me,
and-
that's so cringe.
yeah, but girls were like, A, so what, and B, so
But there's
can I?
a lot of girls too that are like, fuck yeah, he's rich.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
there's
like
a market for that.
There
as
is
well.
but I think the market for that is like younger girls who are much younger. I don't think 28, 29 like year old girls who have a career and have their own money. Like sometimes also girls are making more money than guys because girls are smarter, more educated, they work harder.
I'm smarter than you.
Well, not maybe on this podcast specifically.
Okay.
Tell me about where Wall Street is again.
Oh yeah, I don't fucking know.
Boys
Somewhere
are
in New York.
cheats and liars. They are a
It's tough.
disgrace.
It's tough. It's like a big thing that a lot of people are trying to figure out, and dudes are just fucking up. The amount of dates I hear about. Go ahead, Aaron.
I just wanted to say thank you for that rant. Unfortunately, we have to end.
Oh, we are out of time.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Good Influences Boomer Takes. Please leave a comment, go leave a review, and follow us anywhere and everywhere that we are. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Leave a comment. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I wonder if we're going to say the same thing.
Leave a comment about why you hate men.
Okay, I was going to say, leave a comment of who you think is the biggest boomer out of all the things we said.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Mike.
I was going to say Mike, too.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's why we love you.
Okay.
We do.
See you next week,
bye, guys.
grandchildren.
Bye.
Toodles.